in that case, it's important to try to find what is the cause of clinical mastitis. And it's important to realize that on all forms worldwide, all cows are exposed to bacteria that can cause clinical mastitis. And it are mainly environmental mastitis pathogens like Streptococcus aureus, Escherichia coli. And then the question is, why do we not have problems with clinical mastitis on all dairy farms while all cows are exposed to those pathogens? And why do I have a problem with clinical mastitis here on this farm? And the incidence of clinical mastitis will always be determined by the balance between infection pressure, the number of bacteria the cow is exposed to, in between two milkings during milking, and the immunity of the cow. And if you have a high infection pressure, or if you have a low immunity, or the combination, then that will result in a high incidence of clinical mastitis. Now, immunity is very difficult to measure in practice. Currently, we do not have methods that allow us to determine the immunity of cows, to say this cow has a good immunity and the other cow has a poor immunity. So what we do in practice is we start with the evaluation of the infection pressure. Other hygiene, hygiene during milking, hygiene in dry cows, hygiene in the housing of the heifers, and so on. And if we can exclude an infection pressure or a high infection pressure as a cause, a reason for clinical mastitis, then we will try to find whether or not there is a problem with immunity. We will try and look for, we will try to find risk factors, negative energy balance, rumen acidosis, infectious diseases like BVD, and so on. So that is the first step, excluding infection pressure as a main reason, a main cause of the high incidence of clinical mastitis.